Okay, everybody. I think I'm recording now. I'm going to read chapter 17 here where the sunbeams are green. Mrs. Nivert read chapter 16. And we're getting towards the end of the book. It's very exciting. So thanks for just a second. Finding my page. Come on. Oh, that was 18. Goodness. There we go. Chapter 17. Ooh. The late afternoon is at its most golden when Rue and I approach the golf cart. Rue's red taffeta shines in the gushing sunlight, Miss Perfect silent and invisible beneath the puff of her skirt. My dress casts a delicate shadow across the gravel of the parking lot. I gaze down at myself, at the sheer green fabric of the first layer of my skirt, and feel light and lovely, as though I might rise up off the ground. We look like we should be getting into a horse-drawn carriage rather than a golf cart, but that's life. Ken/Neth is there with his camera, waiting, and as we walk across the parking lot, he pretends we're famous, taking pictures, calling out things like, "Can I get a smile over here?" and 1, 2, 3, glamour. For some reason, he seems more charming than irritating to me right now. He's wearing a black tuxedo with a bright orange tie. It's a little dramatic, but no more dramatic, I guess, than the moments after La Lluvia when all those plants release those crazily orange blossoms. "Boy, is your mom ever going to love this shot," he calls out as Rue twirls around me. Speak of the devil, just then Mom comes rushing across the parking lot toward us. She's wearing the most gorgeous dress. How is it possibly possible that Rue and I didn't know about this dress of hers? It's white, or I guess champagne satin, long and slim, and Mom looks like $1 billion. Her hair swept up in a bun, and her neck so long, her skin like the moon if I were writing a poem, like ate the moon, and now it's glowing inside her. "Gosh, I guess we're all set to go, right, kiddos?" she exclaims. Her words contrast so much with her goddess-like appearance that part of me wishes she wouldn't say anything. Wow, I'm so mean sometimes. Ken/Neth seems as shocked by my mom's appearance as I am. He stares at her in this stunned way, as though he doesn't believe she's actually there, as though she is a woman stepping out of his dreams. I groan inside. We need Dad back fast. "Get a grip, Ken," Rue commands under her breath. But luckily, Ken/Neth doesn't hear. He just murmurs, "All set to go except for Kyle." "Wait, what?" I say, my stomach fluttering. "I thought he was going with his grandparents." "That's what Kyle told us less than 15 minutes ago." Crouching, still unshowered in his room, sliding Miss Perfect into the pouch hanging from Rue's waist. "I promised then we'd give him a ride." "They headed over already," Ken/Neth exclaims. "Kyle was taking too long to get ready." I'm trying to control the wild little moths playing around in my stomach when Rue yelps, "I'll go get him." Then she's dashing off across the parking lot, her shiny black shoes sending pebbles flying. I hope Miss Perfect isn't getting motion sickness. Soon enough, Rue returns, leading Kyle into the parking lot. And here's what's really crazy. For the first time ever, Kyle looks ridiculous. "I don't own a tuxedo," he says to us before they're halfway across the parking lot, "so I had to wear this." I can't believe it, but Kyle actually seems to be blushing about his appearance. "Hey, man," Ken/Neth says, "you look groovy." "It's my grandfather's wedding tuxedo," Kyle mutters, avoiding eye contact. It's a three-piece thing, very old-fashioned and baggy on Kyle. Senora V must have been a lot bigger and stronger back when he was married to Senora V. So he just sort of looks like a pile of brownish tuxedo. I've never seen Kyle not looking amazing, even in this silly outfit, though his eyes are as golden as ever and his face is sharp and smart. Annoyed, he fiddles with the bow tie. His quick fingers turn sloppy on the silky maroon fabric. Ken/Neth comes over and works on it like an expert, and soon there's a solid bow tie under Kyle's chin. I look at Kyle, wanting him to look back at me because he hasn't yet. He hasn't gotten the chance to really see my dress. First, he was busy with Miss Perfect, then with being embarrassed, then with the bow tie. But his eyes refuse to meet mine, and the moths in my stomach heave a little sigh of disappointment. "Milady," Ken/Neth says to Mom, gesturing to the front of the golf cart. It's unpleasant to watch the way he helps her get in and settled into her seat before going around to take his place behind the wheel. Meanwhile, Kyle and Rue hop up onto the back seat. It's pretty tight, but there's nothing for me to do but squeeze myself between them, so I do. Rue sits with her right leg extended to try and make it more comfortable for Miss Perfect. Fantastic, Rue yells as Ken/Neth steers out of the parking lot. Isn't this just fabulous? Mom's in a great mood, a creepily great mood, otherwise known as her yoga mood, which is the mood she's always in nowadays. She simply adores going to La Lava, she tells us. The golf cart picks up speed until we're sailing along in the warm golden wind. I'm shocked by the sudden flash of excitement that jolts through me. Excitement at the thought of being at La Lava again, the way it smells of flowers and minerals, such a perfect place, paradise. I'm ashamed about feeling this way. I know it's crazy. I know La Lava is evil. Yet somehow I can't help but look forward to every last detail that awaits us. I'm imagining candles and lilies and bubbly drinks and moonlight on marble. I'm so far gone in the picturing it all that when Kyle leans over to whisper something to me, I don't catch it. What? He repeats it, and I realize he's speaking Spanish. Whatever he may be saying, it makes Rue giggle. My earlier magical moment of understanding Spanish has definitely passed. No, I beg, say it in English, please. I don't understand you. Solo español. He grins at me, looking devilish, his tuxedo-inspired awkwardness already vanished. Por favor, I insist, which means please. I wonder why he's playing this old game right now. He refuses. Rue does her friendly wink-blink thing at him, the little brat. Then she giggles again, and I realize he must be making fun of me. Tell me what he said, Rue. Tell me, please. But Kyle and Rue just grin at each other. And I know nobody's going to tell me anything, so I sit back and try to enjoy the golden afternoon and pretend that whatever Kyle said to me was exactly what I wanted to hear. La Lava seems more magnificent than before, and always less magnificent. The silken white pavement of the private drive and the gleaming doors by the guard station still makes me feel as though we're entering a magical world. But compared to the magical world of the jungle, La Lava seems like just the weak imitation of magic. Even so, passing through that shining gate and entering the heart of La Lava just as the sky is turning from gold to red, I can't help but catch my breath at the gorgeousness of it. Scary gorgeous. The interlocking pools are ablaze with pink light reflecting the sky above. The slight mist in the air gives shape to the sunbeams passing through the trees. Already people are beginning to gather, men in tuxedos and women in glimmering evening gowns strolling among the pools and leaning over the marble balconies. It looks like a scene from very long ago, like an ancient Greece or something, when there were gods and goddesses roaming around, or maybe not even from a long time ago, but instead from a time and place that never existed on this planet, from some kind of parallel universe where everything is always absolutely lovely. Look at the orchids. See, see, Rue shouts, pointing at the enormous golden vases placed here and there on the balconies and paths. Palm fronds. Palm fronds are like those palm trees. Actually, we have one in our hallway here, don't we? A palm fronds. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, palm fronds stretching high and elegant out of them. Orchids spilling over the sides. Hey, did you see? I've never seen black orchids before. Awesome, right? Ken/Neth sounds almost as excited as Rue. He steers the golf cart past the golden doors of the lobby and pulls into the hidden golf cart parking lot. As the others stroll toward the lobby, I hang back, suddenly overwhelmed by a bad thought. Yikes. The thought is walking into a trap. It's not what I want to think, but it's what I think. We're walking into a trap. These people want to harm us, and here we are on their turf in this creepily beautiful place, exactly where they want us to be. Secretly, in my heart of hearts, I'm scared to even put it into words. I know that our plan isn't going to work, that we won't find Vivi, that if we do find her, she won't want to help us anyway, that we are headed into true danger. Right then, Kyle looks back at me and smiles just like that, out of the blue. The sunset pink across his face, and something inside me calms down at the sight of his golden eyes. Why so slow, mi chica? He says in a casual way. He could have just as easily been talking to Rue or to anyone, but he said mi chica, my girl, and he said it to me. Rue, wiggling uncomfortably to adjust Miss Perfect, turns back to look at me too. After checking to make sure that Mom and Kath/Nev are up ahead a ways and out of earshot, she whispers, wow, guys, we are so brave. Okay. At this point, I guess I don't have much choice but to just hope our plight might possibly work out. I jog up to them, Kyle and Rue, and there's something about the way it feels here now, so brilliant yet so quiet, that makes us all naturally move in a graceful, courageous way as we approach the golden doorway. Patricia Chevalier is standing in the middle of the lobby in a wine red dress, looking like the beautiful devil sister to Mom's beautiful angel sister, and her perfect beauty suddenly seems terrifying to me. It's the kind of beauty that could mask a lot of evil, the kind of beauty that could inspire people to do things they wouldn't do otherwise. She's not the sort of woman you want as your enemy, and fear chokes me all over again. Hola, bien, gracias, Mom is saying to Patricia Chevalier, her 3 words of Spanish. The way she speaks Spanish, the syllables sound just as flat as English. It's embarrassing, and I'm relieved when she switches back to English. Yes, thank you. I'm sure they'd love to see. Well, excuse me. Yes, thank you. I'm sure they'd love to check it out, she says. Ah, there you are, kids. Senorita Chevalier has just suggested we go to the balcony to get a good view of the whole scene. Don't you look splendid, Patricia Chevalier says, smiling radiantly at me and Rue, as though she was never the least bit angry with us for embarrassing her in front of Vivi, as though she thinks we're the most delightful young ladies in the world. It's very, very hard not to smile back at her, but I don't. Rue, on the other hand, does. She just can't help it. Then it occurs to me, maybe Rue thinks we're better off if Patricia Chevalier believes we adore her. I decide I should probably smile at Patricia Chevalier too, but by the time I get my smile going, she's already spun away from us and is vanishing down a marble staircase. To the balcony then, milady, Ken/Neth says. What's up with this whole milady thing? Showingly putting his arm out for Mom. Mom hesitates, and I'm going, yay, 10 points for remembering your beloved husband. But then she giggles softly and places her hand in the crook of Ken/Neth's elbow. Gag, plus automatic stomach ache. The slight warm feeling I had toward Ken/Neth back in the parking lot of the Selva Lodge dissolves completely. Still, we have to follow behind as Ken/Neth swoops Mom a few steps down the hallway and then through the honeysuckle-draped archway and out onto the white marble balcony. We all stroll to the end of the balcony and look out over La Lava. I can't believe we stood at this exact same spot less than a week ago. It feels decades, if not centuries, have passed. I thought this view was perfect when we saw it the first time, but it's far more perfect now. I guess this is what they mean by breathtaking. Something so enchanting that it's actually hard to breathe when you see it. Even Kyle is speechless. Sorry, guys, everybody's coming home back from specials. So I might have to stop and finish this later because it's a little loud. Okay, so I'm going to stop and post this as part 1 of chapter 17, and then we'll start again on page 219. Thanks, it's getting good.